Excuse me. I did not mean to sound like a teacher going ahem. Again, ragweed, which is grass pollen. This is going to be a quicker one, not going to be a half hour. Even though at the beginning of that video I said it'd be a quicker one. I guess it wasn't. So this is another Social Security, SSI, DDS, disability story. I'm going to be telling the full scope of the story that I had on the experience I had on Wednesday. It's a wild goose chase that ends with the whole getting the law involved. My mom and I have a few names. We're going to be looking at them, discerning, praying, costs and benefits, pros and cons. Because this ends in the 4 words, see you in court. Well, not physically, but it's going to involve an attorney. So that's kind of like involving court of law. So, I was starting my day. I think eventually I was going to call Social Security anyway and be like, look, it's been over a month. Last time I called you guys, you said the caseworker would send a message through the Social Security website with a decision, yay or nay, for disability benefits. So, I woke up. What I usually do is I get ready, then I check all my 2 emails, social media. Just one, I check them, and I like starting off using any technology without red notification dots anywhere. Kind of like checking my boxes here. I get an email on my iCloud from Social Security. I'm like, oh, okay. And it says, check your benefit statement here. I'm like, check my statement? What do you mean statement? I haven't gotten benefits yet. Does this mean I'm going to have disability benefits? So I click the link, sign in, 2-factor verification, whatever, and I don't see really anything. My Social Security page looks the same. Then I get to the top. I read the top again, and it says, your benefit verification letter. I'm like, oh, okay, this is it. I'm getting disability benefits. I open it up, and it literally almost says absolutely nothing. Which is, I hate it, because if they emailed this, even if they mailed it, it would have been a waste of paper. They emailed it, it would be a waste of data. It said, here is the information you requested below. And then it explains a few things. Then it gives you my date of birth. I know when I was born. I know when my birthday is, people. What? And then it explains if you want more information, is this information weird? If you want more information about your claim or your case, here's the numbers, here's the addresses. If you need to send more documents, or if you want to submit more documentation online. That was another form. Submitting more documentation, which I don't have at this point, so whatever. So I call the number on the letter. It was the Linfield office, even though it said it was the Lynn office. The Linfield office. I didn't say the state. So, dang, I said the name of the city, whatever. Linfield office. Eventually get a guy picked up within 5 minutes, because it's like 9:10 in the morning, so I didn't have to wait 45 minutes. That's the one good thing about this. He picks up. I tell him what I just said to you a minute ago, like the whole, dude, it's been a month. They said 15 days. I'd like to hear an update on my Social Security status. He's like, hold on, and then he checks. He's on the computer. It's like 2 minutes of silence. I'm like, whatever. My mom and I are murmuring back and forth, and then also planning our day, because that's what you do when you're waiting. He says, hold on, I'm going to give you a number to DDS, Disability Determination Services. I'm like, okay. maybe they help with giving me disability. Looking back, it's like, no, I don't think, no. It stays through Social Security. I already have been deemed as legally blind, have the certification in my safe with the Massachusetts flag logo. So, I don't know. I don't know. Am I confused and agitatedly aggravated state? I'm just like, okay, maybe DDS will tell me something and I can bring it back to Social Security and be like, hey, they said this. I don't know. So I call that number. So I'm being transferred to Maryland, which I think Washington, D.C. is in Maryland. I'm not sure if DDS is in Washington, D.C. only. I'm like, oh my gosh, am I basically calling Washington, D.C. right now? And this lady picks up. And this is where it gets annoying for me and delicious for the story. This gets absolutely delicious. So she picks up and she says her name, how can I help you? And she already off the bat has this attitude of like, I'm miserable, sound old. Not that old, old people are miserable, but I sound like a miserable old lady about to retire who doesn't like her job. It's a slow Wednesday morning. And then I tell her the situation again, and she's like, what's your Social Security number, hun? And I give it to her, and I go, I'm gonna do just 1 through 9. I think it's 9, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 9. So I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's like, wait, what? 1, 2, 3, say it slower. I'm like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, wait. 1, 2, 3, say it a little slower. I'm like, I am saying it as slow as freaking possible. You're working for DDS, but if I have to say it any slower, I'm gonna question whether you should like have a consultation with DDS about your cognition, because old people can eventually be put on disability if they have to retire earlier, or they're just put on Social Security benefits and they're given a determination that they have one, an age-induced one. So I'm like, oh girl, you might have an age-induced one at this point. So I'm like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and she tells me to go on. 6, 7, 8, 9. What? Wait, say those last 4 again slower. I'm like, dude. 6, 7, 8, 9. And don't give me none of those memes on the 2 before 8, 9. No, we're not doing that. I don't know what that crap is. I know it's something about basketball, but there's some pagan stuff going around about it too. I know there's some Christian stuff and Christian arguments for that, but I'm hearing a lot of pagan, idolatry, worship stuff with that. So, and she's like, we don't have anything. Repeat the Social Security again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is not my Social Security. I'm just saying 9 numbers to the rhythm. She's like, we don't have anything. I don't know why we don't have anything. And I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, what do you mean? What do I mean? We don't have any record of disability or application or record of your claim. It's probably still in Social Security. And I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, we don't have a record of your account at all, your claim at all. So I give my Social Security number. I figured you'd be staring at maybe something from Social Security connected to you. I didn't say that, so I was thinking it. And at this point, she was having an attitude. She was aggravated. I'm like, oh my gosh, this girl hates her job. My mom's cueing me to ask her what does she mean again. I'm like, if I ask her that, she's gonna get mad, she's gonna get cranky. I just don't want to deal with this. I'm already upset that they haven't got back to me after a month, even though they said 15 days, because the government doesn't always have to do what they promised. And the people working for the government don't know that they should have done what was promised, because they're not getting communicated to either. So it's not the messenger, it's the system I'm mad at. So I'm trying not to shoot the messenger. This lady is being crabby. She clearly doesn't like her job this morning for some reason. She's having a tough morning, a slow morning. She wanted to have, I don't know. So she tells me the same thing. I go back to Social Security. I call them again. Blah, 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 blah. I was going to press her more. My mom wanted me to. But when she said, there's nothing here, it's probably back at Social Security. She was like giving me an edgy attitude. I'm like, okay. And I hung up. My mom wanted me to call her back again, but then when my mom realized I hung up, like almost, if it were in any other circumstance, it would be a little rude. Maybe it was. I don't think it was, because she was like, oh, there's nothing. I don't think I'm gonna get anything else from this lady, honestly. So that was odd. So I'm sitting there for like 10 minutes going, what should I do next? And I end up calling the Lynn office instead of the Linfield office. Back in my state, dude. Back in my state. A woman picks up. And we go through the same thing as the guy. I even explain, like, I have this document, I have this letter here. It says nothing. It gives me my birth date. I'm staring at my Social Security website. There's no updates. It's still pending. But then I get this email about the statement of benefits, and it's just a whole confusing pickle of gobbledygook. I don't know. I just used a bunch of expressions. It's baloney at this point. She's like, hold on. And this time, the silence was 5 minutes. She's like, I'm going to give you this number. I want you to call them and see if they can get you connected to your caseworking agent and see what's going on. Because she's like, I don't know why it's still pending. I don't know why your case is still pending. Don't know why your claim is still pending. You applied, you appealed 2 times, and it's been pending. This thing's been pending for 6 months. And yes, I've checked in, I've emailed, I submitted to be willing to do a psych eval because of that library incident. I've done things to hound them a little bit in the last 6 months. Now we're going to hound them more. We're bringing the hound dogs of the law, all the attorneys, one attorney, all of them, see what they do. So she gives me this number because she's like, she keeps saying, sorry this is happening. She's all apologetic, and she's baffled. She works in Social Security like all the time. This is her job. She's baffled that my case is still pending. She's like, I don't know why it's still pending. I don't know why no one's picked up on this. I don't know why it hasn't been picked back up and worked with. So she gives me the number. The number's the same number as the Linfield office. Like, I just talked to them, then they sent me to DDS, then they sent me back to you. She's like, I don't know why they sent you to DDS. It's for Social Security to do. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Dang it. I called that lady for no reason. Could have been a reason of being more Christ-like, but that didn't happen. And she says, here's the number. Call him again. See if he can get your caseworking agent. So I call it. I put the digits in as she told me. It brought me to Medicare. Like, Medicare? Why is this a Medicare number? I don't remember writing down the digits she gave me wrong. Then I call the Linfield office after I get Medicare and hang up. I'm like, that's Medicare. That's not. And the AI that picks up from the Linfield office is asking the same questions, and it doesn't seem like it's going to go through because I know my caseworking agent that they talk about is in Lynn. So it's a whole chaotic thing. I guess I could have called Lynn again and be like, I think my caseworker's here. But then they probably would have said, no, it's Linfield. So it's like, I don't think they know where my caseworker is. Who knows, maybe the caseworker that I had is no longer assigned to me. I don't know. This whole thing's a mess. It's pending. So I'm wrestling with these options. And my mom's like, I don't think you're going to get anywhere. You called 3 times, got answers and feedback. You called 2 separate numbers again. I'm not sure you'll get much if you call Linfield again, or Lynn, to chase down a caseworker. Caseworker? Question mark? That may or may not exist. So, my mom and I think for 2 minutes, and I'm the first one who says it. We're gonna finally get a lawyer. We're gonna finally get an attorney, because this is ridiculous. This is crazy. This has been a 2-year process. It actually has been like a decade of wrestling back and forth, and then this final, like, let's just apply. It's been a 2-year process. It's just been annoying as all heck. Still willing to do a psych eval. Still willing to talk about what happened. I'll even go in and show them the 3 videos of that Wednesday that I took. As embarrassing as that is. That was a step psychologically. I had to look at the camera. I had to film the worst side of me. I had to basically look at myself. Messed up as I was. The main symptom is like teariness, ruminating thoughts, and just anxiety about being an adult. I had to face that. I will show them that. Looking into whether there's some female things going on, female disorders and the hormones that have to do with mental health. I'm willing to do all that. And so, the end of this story is I get an attorney, see y'all in digital court, and see where that goes. Which means the lawyer gets paid. I think they get 1/3 of what I get, which can be annoying, but it's better than getting none. Honestly, it's better than getting none. Most people had to get a lawyer, so it's not that other people are making out, and I'm not. I'm trying to tell myself that too, because even though I'm a Christian, I'm a believer, I think that stuff was like, I'm about to get ripped. No. At this point, it's this or nothing. The reason I want to tell the story is that I just wanted to reiterate the see you in court, and like reiterating that laws, some people get, most people, my mom and I know, got lawyers. It's okay to have to get an attorney. I don't know how it's gonna go, so if you're worried or nervous about that, I'm in the same boat as you. And honestly, the story was interesting, and it was juicy in the middle with that DDS lady. Seriously, I was trying to do her accent because it's like, are you serious? Especially like when she kept telling me to slow down with the social security number. It's like, if I go any slower, I'm gonna come through the phone and be like, lady, what? You need a consultation with the DDS agent right now, even though you are one. Like, go get checked out. Unless you had a bad night's sleep or you just have an off day. What's going on here? She sounded old. I don't want to assume someone's old over the phone. She sounded old. Might be time to see if you can afford to retire. Or go to Social Security yourself and go, dude, I gotta retire, man. But, anywho, if you like this story, please put the thumb up on YouTube. If you think anyone could relate to this story, disability stories, crazy Social Security encounters, juicy conversations with weird ladies or gentlemen on the phone that are funny, or just, needing an attorney. Share your social medias, share on YouTube. If you want to see more videos about this, my other Social Security video, or my visual impairment acceptance, other visual impaired mental health videos, subscribe if you want to get notification on the latest videos and maybe any updates of these story times or vision impaired experiences, ring the notification bell. And I found a Bible verse in this prayer book I'm reading. It's from Psalm 139. It's the verse that goes, You knew me in my inmost being. You knew me from and in my inmost being. You made me in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I feel like that's an encouraging verse in most situations, but if God made us and we're fearfully and wonderfully made, meaning we're made in His image, and we're made to give praise, honor, and awe to Him, that He has a plan, He's got our situations handled before we have them. The situations we go through run through His hands first before they get to us, and that even if these story times that happened to me and other people were crazy or weird or a little aggravating, He has a plan and a purpose for them. And, well, I'm telling you it, so He could have me telling you it, using the scripture with it, and just blessing other people down the road, like the lawyer, attorney I eventually get, any Social Security agents I end up with. Should I have been more Christ-like and loving and prayerful with especially the lady? Yeah, maybe. But oh my gosh. This shows that we Christians, even Christian visually impaired people, we are human. We have patient tolerance issues too. Anywho, that's all. We got past 20 minutes, so I'm gonna cut the video. So I hope this was at least an entertaining and relatable story.